This is the Bronx Project Podcast. I am your host, Mirez.
And I'm your host, Ew. And I'm your host, Earl Grey.
It sounds like you were trying to go into Earl before you finished saying host.
It almost sounds like I was trying to say hero. I'm your hero, Earl
Grey.
Grey.
Hero, baby.
I'm not Enrique.
No, you are not, Josh.
No, I'm not. Your voice is deep. Ooh. You sound soulful.
Yeah. I feel soulful.
Or do you? Oh, why?
I was just singing "Begging" by Madcon.
Oh, that's why. That is
begging you. Please, YouTube, don't go and sue us.
They're not gonna. I quit on YouTube, honestly.
There's no fucking.
I really don't care. There's no filter when it comes to fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that sounds like that, so let's take all the rights away from them.
We don't got no beats up. I could sing some lyrics. I'm a musical soul.
Yeah, we all have musical souls. I feel like if we turn this podcast into like a music thing, where every Sunday we perform live,
we should do that.
That'd be cute.
At least do one Sunday a month.
One Sunday acoustic event.
Yeah.
Be like, this is the Bronx Project.
This is the Bronx Project Coffee House.
Yeah, Coffee House, and I'm your first performer, Earl Grey. Yeah, everybody just.
Ooh, that's so introspective.
I know. Oh my god, they're so deep with their like acoustic performances.
I almost thought he was gonna cry, but he didn't. I was really proud of him.
I guess.
This week's the Bronx Project beer of the week is Pilsner Urquell.
Is it? Is that how you pronounce it?
How would you say? What's your take on it?
Well, I haven't even had it.
You haven't even tried it.
I'm actually drinking Foster still. It's a big ass can of beer. So
yeah, I was gonna say, while you try it, I'll give.
Warriors, come out and play. That's an old movie based in New York.
I feel like people who listen to this podcast know what the Warriors are.
I feel like they should, right?
They should, yeah.
I actually feel like I don't have to speak too close into the mic anymore. I can, like,
yeah,
I'm right here.
If you think, like, I think if I'm being brand aware,
it's not that bad actually.
Really, you like it?
It's 175 years old. Not this particular
beer.
To
finish my thought,
go ahead.
If I'm bringing brand aware, I don't think that we appeal to like younger, like Lil Yachty fans.
Oh no, of course not.
Like, if you had to put our fans into a musical demographic, fans of what kind of music would you say listen to us?
I say fans are like, I would say J. Cole maybe.
Yeah? Like J. Cole fans listen to us?
Uh-huh.
I think like J. Cole fans, like Black fans.
Or Slack. I like to call them Slack.
Yeah, Six Slack or Slack.
I feel like Frank Ocean fans would never listen to us. I feel like they're too artsy.
Frank Ocean fans would get they would listen to us and they'd be like, I kind of like it, and then we'd say something they find offensive.
Yeah, they're like, that's not PC.
Yeah.
It's not PC.
Oh yeah, no, because Frank Ocean fans are definitely PC. Like, you can see it.
Yeah, even though he's like constantly saying
that's
some
wild.
crazy
That's
shit.
some crazy shit. Like, if you think about it, Frank Ocean's best friends growing up were like Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt.
I thought you said Earl Grey sweatshirt.
Earl Grey sweatshirt. We have friends in common.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. No, but it is funny because he grew up a rude boy. Like, all those terrible people who, like, fuck shit up.
Do you think he's big enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The song, Rihanna's song. Come here, rude boy.
Oh. Dude, that's old school. Come on,
man.
That's
old school. You gotta keep up.
That's our fans right there. Our fans listen to that.
Our fans are Rihanna fans.
Yeah.
I would hope. Rihanna fans are lit, bro.
I feel like Rihanna should listen to this.
Rihanna would like it. Rihanna's not like she doesn't take things too seriously, I think.
Yeah.
I think we take certain things seriously here.
We do?
Yeah, we talk about serious things, but we also then make jokes out of them.
I feel like people ask me all the time, like, what do you guys even talk about on your podcast? And that's when
nothing and everything.
Yeah, nothing and everything. And number 2, why are you not listening?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me this? Just listen to it and then you make your own judgment.
Every week, I finish recording, and every week, I shook the mic.
I didn't hear it the first. Now you did. Go ahead.
Every week, I finish recording. Every week, when I'm done recording, Bianca's like, "Hey, what did you guys talk about this week?" And every week, I'm like, "You're gonna have to fucking wait till Wednesday to find out."
Yo, I told
like
that
everyone else.
Every time I'm like, wait Wednesday, but she's like, I want it now.
No, you don't get no sneak previews.
Exactly.
Right?
What special privileges?
You guys haven't even left any reviews.
Exactly.
Don't think I don't notice. Don't think I.
Steven's just stalking fucking iTunes, looking. Our stars.
I don't see no Biancas there.
No.
I don't see no Daphnes there.
That's right. They haven't reviewed us.
You guys haven't reviewed us?
I mean, they constantly listen to it, but
it's whatever.
I can't like calculate like.
You can't manufacture genuine love.
No, you cannot. Anyways, Pilsner Urquell. Urquell. It's a Czech. Yeah, it's a Czech Pilsner. Pilsner beers are usually lightweight beers. Meaning the flavor is pretty light. Anyways, it's made in Czech.
If you're from the Czech Republic, are you Czechian?
Are you Czechian?
Like,
no, wouldn't it just be Czech?
Like I'm a Czech. I'm a Czech.
I'm a Czech. I'm Czech.
Check yourself.
Check yourself before you
wreck yourself. I wish there was a country right next to the Czech Republic called the Wreck Republic.
So many jokes from that. I don't think they will like us after making that joke. Like, someone from the Czech Republic is like, that's bad taste. That's definitely bad taste. We don't know our crowd.
I don't think political correctness is caught up to the Czech Republic yet.
No, neither their beer, because this beer is not the best.
Yeah, no, okay, so if you're listening to the Bronx Project Podcast for the first time, we'd like to talk to you guys about our beer rating system, not our B-rating system. Josh and I are pretty nice to each other.
Imagine we have a B rating system. That'd be a whole nother thing to talk about.
If you think about it, we are pretty hard on these beers.
Yeah, we are.
So it is kind of like a beer B rating system.
Yeah, but this one we're technically pretty hard. Like, the beer is not bad. It's just not the best. It's like the Czechs were like listening to the Germans, and they were like,
check what they were doing,
and they were like, all right. We got enough evidence. You sure? No, I'm alright. You want a double check? I'm hero day, guys.
Oh,
I can't believe we came up with jokes for fucking Czech Republic. That's the one country no one really makes fun of.
Honestly, they shouldn't have made such a shitty beer. They opened themselves up for this attack.
Why are you tearing?
Because it was funny, man. Comedy makes me sad.
Anyways, but yeah, our beer B rating
system goes as such.
Go ahead.
Start from the bottom.
You do better.
Yeah. The bottom is a broken bottled beer.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Steven? Don't call me Steven, actually. Call me Miras. Only I call myself Steven.
Do you?
Apparently.
Like, the mirror is like, what the fuck you doing,
Steven? I actually don't know what I referred to. Like, you referred to yourself.
Alright, you're getting off topic now.
Oh, man. The broken bottled beer, Josh.
Yes, Steven.
What's a broken bottle beer, Miras? It's a really shitty beer. It's a beer you don't want to drink. It's a beer with bottle bits in it. That's glass shards.
Yeah.
It's a B-rated beer.
You don't want that. It tastes bad.
And right above a broken bottle beer is
canned bottles. No, just canned beer. Sorry,
yeah, canned beers.
Canned bottles. What the fuck is a canned
It's
bottle?
a hybrid.
It's a bottle shaped canned beer. They have those actually. Yeah.
It's what it would be. It's a beer bottled shape, but then it has at the top the can opening.
Really? I would hate that.
That sounds innovative.
Imagine it's just and then they got that one little thing wrong. That part, that shit is like, why do you have that there? Anyways, don't listen to our. We're being stupid.
It's Super Bowl day.
Yes, it is. Anyways, back to the ratings. But yeah, I would give, and then the top score is obviously a bottled beer.
It's a bottled beer
because we all agree that bottled beers just taste good in general. That's just the winner.
If you're gonna drink a beer, you obviously prefer a bottled beer.
Yeah.
If there aren't any bottled beers, you're gonna go for canned beer.
Mm-hmm.
And if there aren't any canned beers, and you still really want to drink and you have a strainer at home, you're gonna go for a broken bottled beer. But we still advise you not to.
Yeah, you might have to double strain.
Yeah.
You don't want to double strain.
Yeah.
It takes too much time.
It takes a lot of time. The glass shards. The thing about glass shards is that they can filter through the little holes. Cause
and think about glass shards. They can kill you.
They're very thin.
Yeah. You will be murdered.
Yeah. So proceed with your own caution.
Anyways, what's your rating for this beer?
So the Pilsner Urquell.
Pilsner Urquell.
It did not quell my thirst.
No.
I would have to rate it 2 canned beers.
Okay. It's still drinkable,
In a 6-pack.
Uh-huh.
And just emptied hopes and expectations in all 4 holes. Not even a duck.
Oh, no,
As many repeated listeners will know that we often feature a duck with our canned beers.
There's a reason
to raise awareness to global warming, of course.
Exactly, because sometimes those little beers, those 6-pack of canned beers, usually come with the plastic that's surrounded, and
at the duck's throat, and you don't want to do that. So please save those ducks.
Yeah,
don't
seriously.
buy canned beers. Buy bottled beers.
Exactly.
Basically. That's how we round it about.
That is how we round it. Unless you like that type of person who gets into a rage and like fucking breaks the bottled beer and like tries to stab the duck.
There are people who do who fucking break bottled beers for no reason.
And then try to stab a duck.
I mean, they try to stab random people, or when they're drunk.
Quack.
Is that a dying duck to you?
Quack.
Imagine. It has to be like a
how does a human? No, I don't want to go. That's another topic. Like, wait, how does a human sound when they die? But I was like,
that's like in a video game.
GTA.
Snake.
Fucking Metal Gear Solid. Nothing was the same after this. That is the turning point of this whole Bronx Project podcast right there. Mentioning a quote from Metal Gear Solid in all the video games. Snake. 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 We're nerds.
Bro, I got that shit stuck in my head. I was not very good at Metal Gear Solid as a kid. Admittedly. Because I
don't think you're really good at sneaky games.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
I was just about to get to that. As a kid, I've gotten better at the kind of like detective-based don't run in there and kill everybody kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I used to play Metal Gear, bro. I used to play Metal Gear like I was playing Call of Duty.
You don't play Metal Gear like you play Call of Duty.
Like, I used to run up into missions, see people just start capping everybody, and sooner or later I die, and that lady would call my name 3 times.
Snake.
And she got drilled into my head.
Yeah, I mean, that's our childhood right there.
Yeah.
I realized that you shouldn't be running around killing people when I played the first Metal Gear Solid. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I gotta be sneaky. And that's how I learned how to play sneaky games.
Yeah.
I remember you guys watched, I think there was you, another friend, and Joseph watched me play Metal Gear Solid 3, like pretty much the entire series.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It was when I lived in the next door building.
Upstairs?
Yeah. And we were just there. I was just playing it, and then I'm like, I gotta finish this game. And then 3 hours later passed. Like, I gotta finish this game.
Bro, I hated that game so much as a kid, and every time, like, I would play a couple missions, I wouldn't get anywhere, and then I'd go to Ricky's house, and Ricky would beat it for me, and I just watch him beat it for me.
He's so good at video games.
He's too good at video games.
He's like too good at video games. I feel like he should just be in competitive video games.
I tell him all the time. I tell him to start a YouTube channel, and he's like, I think about it sometimes, but then I'm like, nah. You could really picture Ricky saying that. That
is a Ricky thing to say. Like, if you knew Ricky, you would probably like, yeah.
That's exactly. He says exactly like that.
Yeah, I thought about it, but no. I'm just gonna watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch. He watches not Adventure Time. It's so 2012.
Yeah, seriously.
Rick and Morty. He's obsessed with that shit.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, I watched a couple episodes. I watched. He was showing me the one because he loves that show, bro. The one with the Szechuan sauce?
Yeah, that's a big thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Szechuan sauce.
That shit was a funny episode.
Because, what do you call it? McDonald's stopped selling the Szechuan sauce.
So he brought it back for one day because of that show.
And they constantly were in the search for Szechuan sauce.
I need to try that shit. We need to come up with a name for the people who listen. You know how...
Oh, like fan names? Yeah. The Bronxians?
I'm going to call you guys, because they're the Bronx Project. And you guys will be the Project Babies.
Really? You crackheaded Project Babies.
Nah, you took it a little too far there.
I'm just being honest.
You guys, listen. If you like crack, we talked about it last week.
We did.
I'm not one to tell anyone what to do with their body. We're gonna call you guys the Project Babies. The Project,
that's a working title. Let's not do that. I'm not comfortable with that.
You're the Project Babies to me.
No, I don't like that. My body, it's like
it rejects it.
Yeah, it's like no, the white blood cells and like I'm not.
Is it the most PC? No.
What the fuck you talking about?
The Project Babies.
The Project Babies. I don't want to call them the Project Babies.
I'm gonna call. It's a little B rating.
I don't like
it's a little beer rating.
Project Babies.
I'm trying to think. I'm tongue in cheek about it. We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off air because we're gonna spend a good hour discussing what we should be calling people who listen to this. I don't feel like most of our listeners would like to be called the Project Babies.
I think they're gonna have to put up with it if they want the laughs.
So you Project Babies now.
You take the good with the bad.
Yo, I was a Project Baby.
Yeah, man, I wasn't, but I have the spirit of one.
I was a Project Baby till I was 4.
I was a concourse baby. Are there projects on the concourse? I don't think there's any projects on the concourse, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, further up north.
On the concourse?
I believe on the concourse. I believe they had a build. Come on. Projects everywhere in New York.
Yeah, no, there's projects around, but I don't think on the concourse there's any projects. And as you know, I live on the concourse.
Legit so on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top, I'm homeless, guys.
Well, technically,
yeah.
My beer rating for the Pilsner Urquell is, let me have another taste.
Take another sip.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's not that good. I'll give it 3 beer cans in a 6-pack, not with a duck. Damn, Grandpa.
Expose our budget, man.
I mean, I could have definitely compressed this vocal, but now they know.
Now they know. we both addressed it.
It's only because, all right, let's tell the Bronx Babies, if you want to call them Bronx Babies.
The Project Babies. You crack children.
I don't like this. Anyways, we invested in new technology for the podcast, and now we get to listen to our own voices when we speak. It's like jerking off in the mirror.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. It is. I get where you're going.
Yeah,
and yeah, kind of.
Not in a metaphorical way, but the literal way.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror while fucking?
Yeah.
It's
sometimes my TV is off that, and there's a reflection going on. Yeah. So I look and I'm like, yeah.
So you haven't been in my apartment in a while, but I switched my room around, and like my bed is on. It's where the heater is.
Yeah.
And it's facing like towards the length of the room, like that.
Okay, so long-wise.
Yeah.
Instead of like wide-wise.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas it was wide-wise before.
What? That's a word. Yeah.
It absolutely isn't. But in the Bronx, probably we're creating a new vocabulary.
Wide-wise. Yeah, I remember.
And my bed is long-wise now, so when I'm engaging in the coitus, I get sometimes the privilege of looking at myself in the mirror of my bathroom, because, as you know, I have a private bathroom in my bedroom.
Yeah, cause you're cool.
It's really helpful, bro.
It is. Like, you get up and you gotta take a piss, dude. I have to walk like miles.
I don't have to. I take like 3 steps, and I'm like,
what? Damn, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Your 3 steps are like 6 steps.
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't even make it all the way to the bathtub. Well, I don't have a bathtub in my bathroom, actually, guys. It's half a bathroom. I don't know why I said that.
Like, that's your thing. You just take a piss in the bathtub.
Yeah, I wish I had a bathtub in my room. That would be
so cool. Like, you just take you don't even need to have the other one. Just remove it. Make that another bedroom.
Bro, that's my only wish, because I actually hate sharing the bathroom with people.
Yeah, no, you don't have to question it.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like, because there are a few things in life that I hate more than having to go to the bathroom and not being able to go to the bathroom. And there have been times where I've had a roommate, my roommate's in the bathroom when I got a shower to go to work or something like that, and those motherfuckers are in there. That's not something I'm prepared to deal with long term.
You ever knock? Like, have you ever knocked?
I've gotten to the point where I've knocked before. Most times I just be like, all right, I'm gonna be a dirty whore and just go without showering.
Ooh, I've done that too many times.
And like, it's cool. Like, all right, you go without showering, and it's like, whatever. But then sweat accumulates. Yeah,
and already where sweat accumulated.
And then you go to the gym as you're known to do.
And then you build
sweat accumulates on top of the sweat that accumulated and dried. And then accumulated and dried.
Oh, it's like,
so now you're rocking like a tri-layer sweat.
Yo, honestly, that's like building layers of sweat and sweat and sweat. I feel like that's how most cavemen survived. It's just sweat on sweat.
Sunburn wasn't a thing back in the
No, because days. The SPF 100 from your actual sweat.
Yeah. We had many layers.
Yeah.
I say we because I was around back then.
Yeah, definitely. You were like, yo, what's up? I'm a caveman.
That's how Is that how cavemen sound to you? I guess kind of, yeah.
They didn't have language until the aliens came.
Yeah. What's the Super Bowl score right now? Because as you guys... did we talk about it?
No, we didn't. We said Super Bowl, but then I interrupted you.
Oh, yeah. We started recording halftime at the Super Bowl. Eagles were whooping ass.
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know that the Patriots are doing Patriot things. And they caught up again.
They did?
Yeah, it's 29-26.
I mean, they're still winning, right?
Eagles are still winning by 3.
Okay, that makes me happy.
We don't want the Patriots to win.
I don't.
Because we don't like Tom Brady.
I don't hate Tom Brady. He's just too good at his game.
Tom Brady, he had a Make America Great Again hat on.
He did. Yeah, he definitely supported Trump all the way.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't see that just because he throw football particularly well, my friend.
It's like, no, I saw it. There was a big thing with Tom Brady, actually. That he kissed his son in the mouth. And it was like really like intimate.
Is that how old is his son?
Like 6 years old.
Okay.
No, but like he was laying in the bed getting like this athletic massage, and his son came out of nowhere and he like kissed him right in the mouth. How do you feel about kissing children in the mouth?
I'm so glad
we've come to this.
I'm so glad we've come to this because I already in my head know that this is the clip I'm putting on Instagram. And all right, I'm not too familiar with white culture. I can tell you, I'm actually not too familiar with Dominican culture either.
Yeah.
I can tell you that in my family, like, I grew up with my dad. Mm-hmm. What that means is that my dad was around
into a certain
sporadically, throughout my life, like, you know, in 2-year intervals.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna go dip off for a while, and then I'm like, hey, what's up?
I'll text you. I'm like, hey, daddy."
My dad was a mouth kiss greeter.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, and that shit. I remember that shit used to embarrass me a lot, and I never really knew how to. I never really knew how to navigate it, because like around my friends, he would.
What's the word?
No, like, you know, like, hey, son, hey, son, not kissing me in the mouth, but he kissed me in the cheek, but like it was very like
close to your mouth.
Yeah, and I never got a good reaction out of that. Like, I never did that in front of my friends. My friends were like, "Oh, cool."
So so how long did he do that to?
I was in middle school.
Oh, that's pretty old.
Yeah. It wasn't in the mouth. It was like
halfway.
Like, yeah, it was definitely cheek kiss.
It's like still, sometimes you miss.
It's embarrassing. So
like,
my point is, and also I used to kiss my mom in the mouth as a kid.
Okay.
And that wasn't like, I meant like on the mouth as a kid. But that stopped like that. I wasn't like 14 years old. I was still like Frenching my mom.
Imagine, hey mom.
I'm going to school.
Bye, mom.
Too much tongue, mom.
Too much tongue. We'll talk about that later when I come back.
No, that's disgusting. But yeah, no, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But like, you can't, like, I don't think he means it in a pedophilic way.
No, of course not.
Like, people just show affect. Are you gonna kiss your kids? I'm gonna dap my kids up. Like, my sons and daughters are just gonna give me high fives.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hug them or nothing.
No, I'm gonna kiss my kids on the cheek. Like, I was kissed. I was never kissed in the mouth. That was always weird. My mom, I remember I did it once to my mom when I was like 3-4 years old. I remember. And she was like, yeah, you don't do that.
I respect that.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, now I know.
Now
forever.
I know. Now I know for future references,
Yeah,
Mom.
Thank you, Mom. I'll retain this in my memory forever.
I'll put this in my long-term memory file.
Yeah. Like sorting through my memories. And like, yeah, I'll put this here labeled.
You don't kiss your mother. You don't.
You don't kiss your mom in the mouth, which means you don't kiss your kids in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
So I'm not going. Weird?
I don't think it's particularly weird. I just think that I wouldn't do it particularly.
It's not something. Okay. I think obviously you're allowed to you raise your kids how you want.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not maliciously touching your kids, like we always talk about in the Bronx Project, we understand that things aren't always what they seem. Mm-hmm. If that's just the kind of relationship you have with kids, that's the kind of relationship you have with kids. Is it weird? Yeah. Are you embarrassing the shit out of your kids?
Most likely.
like 99.9% of the time,
exactly.
Your kids hate it. But like, if it's important to you to embarrass your kids, to teach them like a strong sense of character, then you go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Tom Brady though is that he didn't go in for the kiss. It was
5 rings.
It was and it was his son who came in and then kissed him right in the mouth.
That means that his son
his son, he's been doing it to his son since a baby. Yeah. So his son's like, yeah, this is normal.
That's normal to me, and his son isn't embarrassed by that.
Not at all.
That's fine.
Because it was on live video.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, then that's fine. I don't think that his son saw his father, who is in this case Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then was like, damn. Look at that man.
Look at that man. That man has won 5 rings.
I want him right now.
What if
I can't help it.
I just slipped in a little bit of tongue.
Maybe
he'll notice me.
I need to go right now. Father.
Yes, son.
Go get me another one.
I don't think that's how that played. No,
I think he loves his father. I think Tom Brady's probably a really good dad.
Exactly.
When you're a consummate winner, I can't imagine you're probably pretty happy with life.
If I was winning all Super Bowls and I was a millionaire, I would always be happy.
I'd be happy. I'd be a positive influence on my children.
I'm like, what? You want to what? You want to take over the world? Here's $1 million. Let's go. Let's
$1 million grand.
$1 million grand.
What's $1 million grand? Oh. Is that $1 billion?
That's probably.
Damn! Imagine giving your son a small business loan of $1 billion. That's some Dr. Evil shit.
He better take over the world or like
$1
perish.
million trillion dollars. We don't give a fuck this episode.
Technically, no, we do not give a fuck.
It's Grammy weekend.
Yeah, Grammy weekend, Super Bowl weekend.
This is the brunch.
Ever.
It isn't Grammy. Grammy weekend was last weekend.
It was. Yeah, it was. No.
It was literally last Sunday, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't.
Yeah, we recorded the day of the Grammys.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We mentioned it during the podcast. Yeah, that's funny, right?
I didn't, that was a shitty transition, but since I transitioned
already there.
And this is already a shitty episode. Mm-hmm. The name of the episode is The Shitty Episode.
Mm-hmm. The Shit Cast?
The Shit Cast. That sounds like something.
The Shit Cast. No, but I guess we're transitioning right into the Grammys.
So last week, the Madison Square Garden hosted the Grammys. And tidbit that no one really cares about, because of the Grammys, the New York Knicks had to go on a road trip that lasted 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And because the Knicks aren't very good on the road,
they lost a lot of games.
We're actually 7 games under 500 right now. So fuck you, Grammys.
That's one bad thing about the Grammys.
From a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
But to go back into the crux of it all.
Mm-hmm.
The Grammys turned out to be what the Grammys always is. The big name acts take everything.
Yep.
And the little name acts bring their grandmas to the Grammys.
Yeah.
In hopes that I'm gonna win.
He's my grandma.
And
she loves me.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't always like that. That's the crazy thing, that the Grammys were actually a renowned award system that if you won one is a lot like winning a Nobel Peace Prize for music. It's like, I did something special. And then now it's a lot like the VMAs, I would say, or the MTV Music Awards. So those getting an MTV Music Award is like getting like 100% 100% what do you call it, attendance in school.
Like, it doesn't matter really. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
It proves something, but what is it that it proves?
It proves that I've been in school every single day and that I'm a fucking loser.
That's the thing about the attendance award, is that it doesn't necessarily prove that you learned anything.
Yeah, it just proves that you were just there.
That you were there.
You were there while other kids were learning things.
And parents be so proud of that shit. Like, yeah, my kid was there.
Yeah, I took my kid to school every day, on crack or not.
Project baby.
Rain or shine. Crack or coke.
Crack or coke?
Crack or coke.
Cooked or raw?
Yeah, crack or coke. Anyways, but yeah, it's a lot like that, the renowned system.
So how do you feel about, were you happy with any wins, sad about any wins? Were you expecting someone to win who didn't?
I expected Kendrick to take some hip-hop awards, which he did.
He took 5 of them.
Yeah, well, very expected. I expected SZA
to win. What did you expect her to win?
To win at least 2. One for, what do you call it? New artist, at least.
That was wild that because you know who won New Artist, right?
I don't know. I know she didn't win.
Alicia Cara.
I don't think.
Cara.
Yeah, I heard one good song from her, yeah. Yeah.
And that's the wild thing, is that I asked myself, what is she doing here?
Yeah. Because of her fucking song.
Because that song came out.
Yeah, it came out 2 years ago.
3 years ago. That
exactly.
Is not Best New Artist.
It's not Best New Artist. It's Best New Artist I just found out about when I listened to iTunes.
That's no, but
which was last night.
That song is 3 years old.
Exactly. It's a very good song. And I'm not gonna say anything about it.
It's not even like the song came out and then people didn't catch on to it till 3 years later. Because that's okay. Then you're a new artist in social consciousness. But Here, is that the name of the song?
Yeah. What am I doing?
I just know, like, I'm not trying to trash. I think the song sounds good. I think it's a kind of a bummer song. Like, she sounds like the kind of person you don't want to take to any parties.
It's like you take her
to a social gathering. She sits there in the corner like, no, you guys go have fun, and I'll be here.
And then she's like, hey, how are you doing? And she's like, I'm fucking bored, but it's fine.
I'm just here.
I'm just here.
Here.
I'm
asking myself, what am I doing here?
And she's like watching everybody fuck themselves up. I'm like, what else you do in the party?
Yeah.
What else? You smoke weed? You drink a lot? You try to hit on a girl?
Yeah. And then she's just like, I thought we were gonna have political discourse,
right? And she's talking about, hey, you know, I with my friends, we're talking about how we take over the world and how we're gonna do things politically. I'm
just like calm down. You went on tour with Taylor Swift, like
yeah, exactly. Go home.
Cálmate, mi pana.
Yeah.
But my point is,
I think she got really renowned after that song. Yeah. But then she got a little quiet, even though all of her songs were always on the radio.
And I remember.
But I think after the Logic song,
yeah,
they were like, oh yes.
No, yeah, I get that, and I forgot about that actually. But the thing is that, like, in no sense of the word, she's a new artist. She toured with Taylor Swift. She got the Taylor Swift the Taylor Swift stamp of approval and the Drake stamp of approval, and a big song that charted and it went platinum. And she was on all the radio. Like, I don't know, like, she wasn't a new artist. Like, she was a new artist in 2015, 2016.
Yeah. 2016 is when I heard of her.
And, like, don't get me wrong. SZA, to me, is not a new artist. You know, I've been playing SZA since 2013.
Exactly.
Like, I've been a very big fan.
Yeah, the first song I heard of her was Child's Play.
I would suck a fart out her ass, like, just...
Like, don't even let her just make the sound. She's like
no, like, you want to hit the like
good shit.
She and Chance the Rapper made Child's Play.
Wait, first of all, if you exhale a fart, does it fart out of your mouth? Like a does it do that, or it just comes out like a breath?
I think it comes out like steam.
I don't want to know that. All I know is that your breath smells like fucking fart at that moment.
But my point is that by that definition of the word, SZA isn't a new artist either. And if you're going by the purest definition of new artist, then Khaled should have won.
Yeah, literally, because he came out last year.
Send me your location, let's focus on masturbation.
I'm horny.
Cause I just need another hole for my bone.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that song. Everyone knows that song. It's a single. His first single.
So, like, if we're going by purest definition of best new artist, Khaled should have won. But SZA didn't have mainstream recognition before this album.
No.
So I think she should have won it.
Exactly. Well, that first album, it was very good. I liked it. She came out with Child's Play, Babylon. What else? One more song.
It was more of an EP. It wasn't really her album. But yeah, it had Child's Play. It had You Are. It had Babylon, which is featuring Kendrick Lamar. You guys should check it out. It had Warm Winds featuring Isaiah Rashad, which is actually my favorite song on that album.
I was listening to that last night. I'm like, is that Isaiah?
Yeah.
That was Isaiah Rashad.
The calm below your wings. No, the calm below your feet, quick clipping on your wings. Sometimes you hate to leave somebody. What's happening to we?
I feel like that didn't get popularized because she wasn't so strong with her vocals. She was very relaxed and very indie sounding with her vocals, which was her thing.
She also, which is sadly You're right, but sadly, the business part of it didn't add up to it. Like, she was also only signed to TDE back then.
Yeah.
And she signed to TDE and RCA.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she became famous with this one, is because like now she's signed to a major label.
Mm-hmm. And
like it's like with Kendrick Lamar, like he came out with Section 80.
Yeah.
And it was a good album. It should have got him recognition, but he wasn't signed to Aftermath yet.
Yeah.
And then when he signed to Aftermath, he became huge with
Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, Good Kid, Mad City was that album that would get anybody recognized. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like when it came to SZA, this album that she came out with,
it wasn't as good as Z to me.
It wasn't, but the thing is, it was very popular. Yeah, everybody loved it. Her vocals. She stepped up her. She was like, I'm gonna change my style a little bit, and she became very strong with her vocals. Started rapping, mixing the rap with the R&B, and she had famous people like Travis Scott
feature, which is a very important. I think the Travis Scott feature is the new Drake feature.
Exactly, that's true. And her songs, a lot of her songs were very like old school R&B with a mix of new. Like what do you call it? The Weeknd. Mm-hmm. That song is very, very, very reminiscent of like early 2000, late 90s R&B.
That album was just Side Chick's anthem.
Yeah, it was Side Chick's anthem, especially like Drew Barrymore and stuff.
2017
like
was the year of the Side Chick. And like, if for no other reason than that, SZA should have won. Yeah, she should have won. It was her year, man.
It was like Side Chick rule.
She just keep him satisfied through the weekend.
Just you're more like 9 to 5. Yeah, like I'm more like the Weeknd.
She counted the days for you.
She did. She reminded me like, oh shit, I am going to work.
Yeah. Like when I forget what goes after Wednesday, I remember that song like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then she keeps me satisfied on the weekend. So I have 2 more days.
Okay, all right. We're stupid.
So SZA didn't win. Kendrick won, and obviously you like Damn. I love Damn as well.
Of course.
Are you okay with Damn winning the best rap album of the year?
I mean, how do you compare that to what
You're
album?
You're comparing it to 444. You're comparing it. Let me pull up the nominees.
444 about that album. It could have won, obviously, but the thing about that album is that it was only featured on Tidal.
So you think it was like a political stance kind of thing?
Yeah, like if you put it on Tidal and Spotify and iTunes Music, right. Apple Music, it would have obviously caught a lot of ears. But to this day, I still only heard like 4 or 5 songs out of it, and I know it's like a lot more songs than that. And I don't have Tidal, and I'm not gonna download Tidal just to listen to fucking Jay-Z when I can listen to all his other songs.
Yeah, I mean, that was loud. I think it could have gone either way. When Damn first came out, I remember I was listening to it on my way to the barbershop, and I remember thinking, "Damn." Yeah.
It came out of your face.
Yeah, it came out. I listened to it. And I remember listening to Drake's playlist. Yeah. More Life. Mm-hmm. And I remember liking the playlist. And I'm like, wow. He mixed all his sounds together. This is fantastic. This is a really good record. It might win some Grammys, It's nice. Then Kendrick came out and I'm like, oh shit, this is album of the year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I knew it when it came out. Yeah, I knew it when
because I liked what do you call it? The Drake album,
the More Life.
Yeah, More Life. I liked it. I liked it better than Views. Yeah, honestly. But then Damn came out, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, I totally forgot about Drake.
I cannot tell who was my friend. Yeah, I need distance between me and them.
No, but the thing is, the way that even Damn was structured was on purpose. It's like first it came out with like, I noticed a woman, she looks like she have lost something, and then it's like, you have lost your life. Boom. Loyalty inside your DNA.
The whole that you could play the album frontwards and backwards, and it means a different thing. You expect that from Kendrick Lamar at this point. The introspective, the concept album, which is I'm a fan of. You know, I like to dissect music. Then I like to listen to music for fun too. But my point is, I heard them, and I'm like, wow, this is album of the year. And then I heard 444. And I thought the same thing. I was like, damn, this could actually also be album of the year. So 2
of the albums of the year were either going to be Damn or 444.
Yeah.
But obviously Damn won because his songs are on Spotify.
I'm gonna say that I was surprised that Damn won.
I wasn't.
Because I view the Grammys as like this political bullshit, you know? Grammys like Beyonce goes to the Grammys and she performs so that she can win album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the same thing. I saw, okay, Jay-Z is there with Beyonce, with Blue Ivy. He's doing that for they're getting wild publicity off of that. Obviously, they're gonna give him the album of the year,
of course,
or the rap album of the year. They didn't.
No.
So like that's why I was surprised. I really thought because of that it was gonna go to him.
Mm-hmm. But nope, went straight to Kendrick Lamar. He won it 2 years ago, and he won it this year.
He won last year and this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. With
Untitled, Unmastered, Untitled,
really?
Untitled, Unmastered. I think.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't even an actual album.
I don't think he won for To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
No, he did.
No, he did,
actually.
dude.
Yeah, he did.
He won a bunch.
Yeah,
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Honestly, Kendrick, as of right now, has like 12 Grammys already.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
I mean, no one has more than
I get it, because Kendrick is the kind of... Kendrick makes the kind of music that the Grammy board eats the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's commercial enough that you can say, oh, it satisfies the commercial thing, but it's like artsy and really full of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like I said, I'm a big Kendrick fan. But Kendrick, you know, like, I question some of his bars and like...
Yeah, of course. You're always critical on Kendrick Lamar because you know that he can do better.
I think that he's... he's a little full of himself with his bars. You know, like, I think he definitely thinks he's better at rap than he actually is.
Yeah, well...
That's the point. That's the point. Donald Glover also won one.
But that was barely...
Won.
He won one.
Top contemporary... R&B album, I think.
No, R&B performance.
Oh, top contemporary R&B performance, correct.
Yeah, for Redbone.
For traditional R&B performance.
Yes.
Contemporary. For Redbone.
Mm-hmm.
And as a man who has had intercourse to Redbone, that song deserved it.
Have you had intercourse to Redbone?
Like, you don't feel it? You don't feel it? Like,
you could. Yeah. I haven't, but I probably have. I just didn't pay attention.
I have to put that shit in your playlist.
It is right now.
Done. You put it done.
Done. There you go.
Nah,
done.
but yeah, that song deserved it. If you want it, you can have it.
Yeah.
If you need it, we can make it all right.
It can be sexual. Now stay woke.
Yeah. Niggas creeping like inside of your guts.
Mm-hmm. Ew. But let's go to the big part of the Grammys. The person who won practically all of them.
Mr. Bruno 24 Karat Mars.
Yeah, Bruno 24 Karat Mars. That's a long name. Bruno Mars. Yeah, Bruno Mars won all of them. And you were talking about how commercialized Kendrick Lamar's songs are. No one's more commercialized than Bruno Mars himself.
I think Bruno Mars, when making a song, he's like, is this a hit? Yeah? I put it in the album. If it's not a hit, he won't put it in the album.
Yeah. Like, he stood there.
And it's like, listen, Bruno Mars makes catchy music.
Yeah, that's his thing.
And if you guys have been well aware about the Grammys, you know where we're leading with this. But if not, we're here to like Bon Iver, Justin Vernon.
Yeah.
A lot of people think Bon Iver is like a group. Josh and I thought this for a while back in 2013.
Yes, we did.
Well, it was 2011.
Yeah, 2011.
2010, 2011.
That's right, because
we first found out about Bon Iver, I think, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes, we were listening to Kendrick. I mean, we listened to Kanye West.
Yeah.
And then that entire album,
Lost
Dark
in the
Fantasy.
World.
Lost in the World. He was in Monster.
Yeah.
In the end, he was the
I
Cross the line. That was him. And then another song, I think, is The Blame Game. He's also in The Blame Game in the end.
No, that's
I know, but at the end, not the front.
Really?
I think he's in The Blame Game. Either The Blame Game or...
I think it's John Legend.
No, that's John Legend in the front, in the beginning. He's in another song there. Anyways, he's also in Kendrick... I mean,
he's also in the Grammy.
Yeah.
Disrespecting.
Yeah. He's cutting ass on pretty much the Grammys.
Cutting ass and taking names.
Saying... He pretty much told the Grammys, he's like on Twitter ranting, saying that for serious artists, don't worry about the Grammys because the Grammys aren't for serious artists, you know. And he said not to give any disrespect for Bruno Mars, but he practically won because, you know, he popularized songs and he created songs that were already popular to begin with in the past. Pretty much, you know, Bruno Mars is very famous for bringing sounds of the past, like very being inspired by a lot of beats and rhythms from past artists, and then bringing them in modern music, and then, you know, getting a fucking Grammy out of them. He did it with even before this album. You're gonna realize you're gonna have
Locked Out of Heaven.
Locked Out of Heaven, which he definitely like got from Sting.
Sting, yeah.
Yeah, and that, you know, that fucking song went crazy. I think he won a Grammy for that song too. Yeah. Which is very, very Police.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this entire album was very, what do you call it? 90s.
Like
hip hop 90s, R&B 90s.
Yeah, like Motown.
Yeah, very Motown, and all the songs sound a lot like older songs of before. And that's what Bruno Mars was saying, that, you know, he took all the Grammys because he pretty much...
what Justin Vernon is saying.
Yeah. What Justin Vernon is saying, because he took all of those songs, which already sounded like a lot of other songs.
How do you feel about that?
Well, one, I feel like taking songs of the past and then putting them into your song, like making them...
Your own?
Being inspired by those songs and making them your own is an art form of itself, you know. Yeah. It happens. But I kind of understand at the same time, and it might be me being biased because I'm such a big Justin Vernon fan and everything he does, but it sounds right. Because there's a way that you make songs of the old, like old songs, sound your way. I believe, what do you call it? This band does it. Arcade Fire makes very time machine music songs. Like every album has kind of like a theme to it, but those songs don't really sound like songs of the past, except I think probably one song which I would say sound like a lot of Michael Jackson. Here comes the night time, here comes the night. But Arcade Fire is different.
Yeah. They're
not very...
They're also a Grammy Award winner.
Yeah, they are, but they're not radio friendly. Yeah. Their songs are too long for the radio. Bruno Mars is very radio friendly, and his songs consist of a lot of songs that you probably heard before. Like, you're like listening to it, I heard this beat before. It's a lot like that.
Some of you guys may not know, but Bon Iver, Justin Vernon, he's being trashed for saying this.
Yeah.
Like people are coming at his life.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that, as you guys may not know, a couple years ago, Bon Iver actually won Best New Artist over Nicki Minaj.
Yes, he won Best New Artist and he won Best Alternative Album. Yeah. 2 Grammys in one day.
And I know pop culture wise, you don't know who Bon Iver. If you're a big fan of Kanye or you're a big fan of Bon Iver, a big fan of James Blake, you know who Bon Iver is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, then it's easy to say, yeah, you robbed Nicki Minaj of her Best New Artist. I'm here to tell you, I'm a pretty big rap fan, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't.
No,
like he is really good at music, guys.
Too good at music.
Trust me, Kanye West, who is hip hop's most creative guy, frequently goes to this guy to help him make music.
Exactly. He did it for Dark Fantasy, and
like
he did it for
3 full albums. Like, please understand, like, this guy, he knows what he's doing.
He did it for Yeezus. Also, Bon Iver was featured in a bunch of other. He was in Frank Ocean's Blonde. He was in White Ferrari.
James Blake, who a lot of hip hop guys know now because he's like the new Bon Iver.
Yeah, he would be.
Is a big Bon Iver fan. Like,
exactly.
Trust me, like, Bon Iver has done his thing. Like, he don't go and because a lot of today is relevancy. Like, oh
yeah,
who are you? We don't like, you don't got any number one, so you don't know what you're talking about. But Bon Iver is actually a well-respected musician.
Yes,
in his field.
Yeah, he's always been well-respected. He's never talked trash on anybody. He's never that type of person.
If you listen to what he said, he even said no disrespect to Bruno Mars. Mm-hmm. And like Josh, I disagree. Like, I won't say that just because he's making throwback music that it disqualifies him.
Yeah.
But as someone who makes music, I talked about this last week on the podcast. How making parody rap is a lot easier than making actual rap.
Exactly.
So, like,
because you're just
pulling from something. And
exactly.
It's a lot easier when you're pulling from something than when you're creating it from nothing.
Of course. Yeah.
I think what Justin Vernon is saying is, like, I create from nothing. I lock myself in a cabin in the woods, and I pull out forever ago.
And he did the same thing with Bon Iver, and then he went to Greece, locked himself in a hotel room and created what do you call it? Damn, what's the fucking album?
I forgot the name of the last one.
It might be over soon. God damn it, go ahead.
But our point is, he art is subjective, obviously, and what people enjoy is subjective. But to say that what Bon Iver doesn't require maybe a shade more skill is a little foolish. But you also can't downplay the social factor of it. Like, you can't downplay the fact that Bruno Mars, for what was it, like a year? 24 Karat, that whole song, that album, how long was it around? For like a whole year?
Yeah, 1 year. I would say just one entire year.
Like, that album was everywhere.
Yeah, last summer I heard it. Like, no, I heard it first last summer, I believe.
And it isn't some cookie cutter, look what you made me do, look what you just made me do.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
What?
That's that Taylor Swift shit.
Yeah, I know. No one likes Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it isn't that. Like, it takes some skill. Like, it's not completely cookie cutter. So Justin Vernon maybe needs to chill out a little. But also, did Bruno Mars deserve to win every single one of them? Maybe not.
Nah, he didn't.
Did Bruno Mars have the best album of the year?
I never listened to it, number one, so I wouldn't know. Number two, I've only listened to 2 songs. And those are the only 2 songs that popped up on the radio.
I listened to it.
And that's it. I didn't really like one of them.
When the album came out, I'm really into, like, the social consciousness, as you know. Like, I stay on Reddit.
Yeah, I know.
I listen to, like, mad podcasts, like, political commentary, also social commentary, pop culture
care what
podcasts.
People say.
I'm out there. And the general consensus when that album came out was that album was 24 Karat Magic, the album. Like, every song was the same song.
Yes, and I agree with that. And the 2 songs that I heard sound like one song.
No, Josh, I listened to it. Every song was the same song. That album was not the best album that came out in the 2017-2018 period.
Damn.
It was not.
Should
she have won, like, maybe best song? Maybe. There's an argument to be made there.
Best song, that's agreeable because he had 24 Karat, which was, everyone would agree, a solid song.
But 444 damn near had people about to stop taking pictures with money stacks in the ear. Like, that's important.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about that. Like, that's a change that needed to happen.
Jay-Z was literally giving money advice.
And Jay-Z was like, stop it, guys. And guys were like, yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, Jay-Z saying this. We should really stop.
And then, damn, like, you heard it. Like, I had royalty and loyalty inside my DNA.
Exactly.
Cocaine Quarter Piece had war and peace inside my DNA. And I felt all of that.
No, I loved it.
He had Don Cheadle in his fucking music video. Did you see the music video?
Yes, I did.
That was a really impressive music video.
It was entertaining.
Yeah,
it was that, and then he came up. It was Compton, pretty much, and he was in his hood.
I want to say
really nice video.
I want to say that Drake is looking a little silly right now, because and like I'm a really big Drake fan.
Yes, you are.
I think out of this generational crop of rappers, actually, like the J. Cole's, Kendrick Lamar's, the Drakes. Mm-hmm. And then, sub tier, the Big Sean's, all of them. I think Drake's my favorite.
Yeah, of course.
You would know that.
Yeah, of course.
Most people wouldn't know that. Most people would think that I'm like a bigger Kendrick fan. And I'm a huge Kendrick fan.
Yeah, but not as big as you are.
I appreciate what Drake does. Because, like, I think melody and stuff takes a lot of skill, too. And people downplay that a lot.
Mm-mm. No,
but like when you make music, you know how hard it is to just like always make really melodic, catchy music.
Look, Drake didn't create a sound, but he popularized the sound, lo-fi type of hip hop, type of R&B music.
And he did it all. And people talk shit, but like Drake never had that like really poppy, cringy feature. Mm-hmm. Even Kendrick did a song with Taylor Swift.
Yes, that's very true.
Like Drake never did that. He stood true to his sound, which I respect. So you would think, I don't know, it's weird. But my point is,
go ahead, T.
I don't even remember my point. Drake's looking really silly.
Yeah.
Because when he and Kendrick first started dissing each other, Drake was like dismissing Kendrick, like, oh, like we'll see who's still around a decade from now. That was a bar in Tuscan Leather.
Yeah. Which I like that song a lot.
And Kendrick's kind of looking like he's sticking around.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to forget about Kendrick Lamar for a very long time.
Kendrick's looking like he's sticking around, bro.
I think if Kendrick wanted to disappear, it'll be a choice of his.
No, Kendrick literally does disappear very often.
Yeah.
And he still sticks around, is the point.
Look at that.
Like,
Drake's like, oh shit, I forgot about this. He's going to listen to this shit, and he's like, oh.
Okay,
that's right.
So since let's say nothing was the same, right?
Nothing was the same.
Oh no, I'll say Take Care, right?
Yes.
Take Care.
His most popular album is Take Care.
Around the same time that Section 80 came out, right? So Take Care comes out. No, because Take Care came out after Section 80 came out. So Take Care comes out after around the time Mad City comes out, which makes things even worse. So is Take Care. Is Nothing Was the Same. It's If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Views. And More Life. That's 5 projects.
And then Soon Scary Hours.
Yeah, and Soon Scary Hours. That's 6. In that time, Kendrick has released Good Kid, Mad City. Untitled, Unmastered.
No, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Untitled, Unmastered,
and Damn. And then Untitled, Unmastered was like a B-sides and
it's like a B-sides. It's like the songs that didn't make it to Pimp because it didn't flow with it.
That I think that's a lie. That I think that he just said that and he just recorded a new song because like the shift in the tone in the sound just doesn't sound like anything that would have fit into Pimp Butterfly. So I don't agree with it. I think he's lying and he just like released new songs that he didn't want to fully work on.
Yeah,
and he like just throw them, say that they're B-sides.
And they weren't B-sides. Because. What was it? Untitled 2 was like my favorite out of that entire thing.
Got on the phone, said it won't be long. I see jigaboos, I see styrofoam. That sounded like some current shit. That's not what the sound was like in 2014 when To Pimp a Butterfly came out. So I think he was.
And then he also mentioned Kung Fu Kenny in that song, which that wasn't a thing until you got to his news album DNA. Yeah. I mean not DNA. Oh, sorry, Damn. Yeah, he's like Kung Fu Kenny was born with a vision, or whatever. Oh, fuck. Yeah, and then you're gonna listen to it later. Don't worry.
I really am.
Yeah.
But my point is, Drake's released like 2 more projects than Kendrick, and Kendrick has arguably had the same staying power. So he kind of looks kind of silly.
He does, but
you know who looks even sillier though?
Who?
J. Cole.
The thing is,
J. Cole I think has been knocked down a peg.
J. Cole on the popularity level has been knocked down.
Was number 2, but he was number 2 for a really long time. It was Drake, J. Cole, then Kendrick was like the third guy trying to claw his way in.
And then for some reason, Kendrick was like, bam.
You know what it was? I know the reason.
What?
Kendrick makes better music.
Oh, duh. But I thought like you had like a legit like what happened situation.
And, J. Cole released 2014 Forest Hills Drive, which like cemented his legacy. That was a really good album.
I liked Forest Hill Drive. I did not like the album that came after that.
That's my point.
I feel like he was trying to just, connect too much.
It's that he did that, and that's a shitty album. It wasn't that good an album. And then you could argue, okay, Drake released Views, which wasn't a good album. But you know what Drake did in Views, which wasn't a good album? We talked about it 2 episodes ago. He dropped like 15 hits on your head.
He did.
So even if you didn't like the album, you heard the album every motherfucking where you went.
You constantly heard a Drake song, regardless of what year it was. Like from 2009 and on, there's not one year you didn't hear at least 2 Drake singles.
Fucking J. Cole dropped the album. Nigga was talking about folding clothes in the whole album. Like, I don't want to do laundry. I'm not listening to this shit for laundry advice.
I'm listening to this while doing laundry.
I want to fold clothes with you. I want to grab the left arm and put it close to the right, and then I grab the neck, and then I put the arm over the bottom of the shirt and fold.
Then, bro, he was literally doing laundry and like, yo, that's right. Write it down.
I ran out of hangers, so I'm gonna put the rest of the jeans inside my dresser. Oh,
he taught me how to fold my clothes. Honestly, I was like, yeah, that's right. Oh, ooh, fuck YouTube videos. I got fucking J. Cole.
And that's my point. Is like that was a weak album.
I didn't like the album particularly. I have 2 songs that I cannot remember on my
Drake
playlist.
dropped Views. Heard that the public reception for it wasn't very good, so right at it, like less than a year later, he drops More Life to better public perception.
And I liked More Life because it was creative. It was everywhere. Yeah. It was everywhere. He had everyone in it. He had a lot of rapping. He had a lot of his Caribbean shit, and then he had pretty much his
R&B singing.
His R&B singing, and then like very creative songs like 4422.
Where he didn't touch at all. He was just like you, Sanford, do what you gotta do.
And 4422 was Sanford, and then Passion Fruit was very creative.
And I want to say this is a little off topic, but I wish more artists started doing that. I wish more artists would have the feature in their album where they just don't touch the song.
Actually, I have talking about the Grammys. Going back to the Grammys for Best New Artist, why isn't Sanford in there? That was a great album. It wasn't very popular.
You know the answer, yeah. That's the answer.
Yes, that's the thing. It wasn't very popular. But the thing is, everybody's like been wanting for Sanford to come out with an album. He came out with one. He came up for 100 degrees Celsius.
He has a stamp from. He did a song with Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, he did a song with Jay-Z.
Drake. He did like 2 songs with Drake. You would think. I don't know. I think he also did a song with Beyonce.
Oh yeah, he did. He did a song with Solange too.
Yeah, like
which was a very popular album.
Yeah, like you would think he'd be up there, but I'm not surprised that he's not getting a nod.
I think the conclusion to this is it's a popularity thing. It's like yes, Kendrick is the most popular rapper at this time, which is why he won all of those albums. And then after that, we're talking about Bruno Mars, who came back out of nowhere with all of those songs that I don't remember. All I remember is 44 Carat, Magic in the Air. And that's all I fucking remember. That's the only song that I know that he came out with. And
that's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know for that whole album.
And then he took away like fucking a bunch of Grammys for that shit. And then no one else mattered.
To go back to Sanford for a second, if you were in the NAMI board, in the Grammy nominee board, you'd put him like in the R&B category, right?
Yes, of course. I'll put him in the R&B or at least alternative.
And I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Yes.
R&B category is Sanford's project. What's the name of his project? Process?
Yeah, it's Process.
Right, so it's Process. It's The Weeknd's project, Starboy. It's Frank Ocean's project, Blonde.
Yeah. Or all the songs he came out with afterwards.
It's Childish Gambino's project, Awaken My Love.
Yes.
and was the 5th to round it out. Not Solange, because she came out last year. I think she won last year too. But who's the name another?
Beyonce? Did she come out?
No, she didn't come out. That was last year also. Black.
Oh yeah. That's right. Even though people would consider that rap, I consider that more of like an alternative R&B
rap. Yeah, but out of those 5 albums that came out last year, I wouldn't give it to Sampha.
I wouldn't either. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Out of those, if you put it into a category, I'd probably give it to either Childish Gambino, which didn't get a lot of recognition either. He got
nominated for Album of the Year, bro. He didn't win it. I didn't think he would win it.
But only because of Redbone.
Yeah.
Only because of Redbone. If it wasn't for Redbone, he wouldn't be on that.
I'm glad he didn't perform Redbone. I'm glad he took that opportunity to perform another song.
They probably wanted... Yeah.
For that reason, he was like, yo, I'm going to show you that this album is more than just Redbone.
Yeah, everybody just wanted him to play Redbone, and he's like, fuck you.
I'm going to play Terrified.
I'm going to play Terrified. You haven't heard this shit, but you about to
fuck with this shit. I'm going to get a little kid. I'm gonna get a little kid here, and he gonna sing this shit. He gonna fuck it up.
And I didn't go back to Atlanta.
Atlanta season 2 coming out soon.
Yeah. I still haven't seen the first one. I really want to.
Now that I'm thinking about it, the alternative / R&B field has a lot more heavy heaters.
Heavy heaters.
He has a lot more heavy heaters than the rap category.
I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
But you know, the R&B is a lot more packed than rap. Cause I didn't even mention Division.
No, you did not.
And Morning After I think was better than Process.
Yeah.
Morning After, I know you're not gonna agree with me. Morning After I think was better than Blonde. I think.
No.
Let us know in the comment section.
I think you'll get me constipated because of that. Because my shit's gonna be thinking about that.
Blonde was an amazing album.
You can't beat Blonde.
Nights. God.
That's all you need to do is play Nights, and that's it. And then you're fuck.
I think Frank Ocean always has that one song that you always wanna hate on the thing that's always obviously loved. I don't know why humans are like that, but they are.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Ocean just generally gets loved. I haven't seen much Frank Ocean hate.
Frank Ocean doesn't need a tour, and he still gets love.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean, he can come out with an album in 4 years.
And my point is, like, he dropped the first project, which I didn't really like.
Which was Nostalgia Ultra.
And
with Novocaine.
And Novocaine and Swim Good were on there.
Uh-huh.
So every time you say you want to talk shit about him, you all you got to do is take off your suit and swim good.
Exactly.
You listen to that song, you can't say that album was bad.
It wasn't
then
that song.
Fucking Channel Orange came out.
Oh.
And I want you to play Pyramids and tell me that the Pyramid justifies that whole album. And that whole album was good.
That whole album, Pyramid, took the cake.
I think Sierra Leone was probably my least favorite.
I like Sierra. Be getting up in this.
Sierra was my least favorite, but that whole album I liked. My point is,
and
Super Rich Kids is probably my least favorite. Now that I think about it,
but those songs are popular.
Yeah,
and then Thinking About You took over the world.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about you. I can sing. I've been thinking about you. I can sing Thinking About You without listening to the music in the background.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've walked through the village once, and I was singing.
I remember.
Tornado flew around.
I remember. How could I forget?
Yeah, exactly.
How you feel?
How you feel? How you feel?
You know you was my first time,
and you feel it'll never get old. Not if my soul, not if I feel it keep me alive. We'll go down this road till it turns from color to black and white.
I'm not going that high.
Cause I've been thinking about forever. You gotta pull your balls.
I tried. Yes, of course.
Anyways, we can literally sing that entire song without having the actual beat in the background. It's just...
Would I sound well? That's up to you to decide.
A potato room.
I miss Vine.
Me too. Vine was a good laugh. But yeah. Grammys.
Yeah. So I guess we were talking about Sanford turning out not to really have to deserve that album.
Yeah, nah.
Maybe he deserved a nomination though. I don't know if he was nominated, but
nah, he wasn't nominated. Khaled it was. I think they took up Sanford and just put Khaled there.
Khaled isn't better than Sanford. That's better.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
He's more pop than he is actual R&B.
What's the name of that album? Like Teenage Dreams? Like you don't know a fucking album named Teenage Dreams. You're a grown ass man, bro.
He's a very good artist.
How old is he? Like 19? I apologize. He was a teenager still.
Is he?
I don't know.
I don't go.
But if you're in your 20s and the name of your album is Teenage Dreams, I'm not talking about that shit.
Shut up. You had one good song that I know.
Like Drake had that song called Teenage Fever. I haven't had Teenage Fever in mad years. Like, I'm 25. I'm a grown ass man. I have bills and other things to worry about.
It's because he lost J-Lo.
At the age of 30.
Yeah, he lost J-Lo. He's like,
made him feel like 17. He's like, yo, I really thought I had this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And J-Lo was like, nah, I'm gonna go with A-Rod.
You know what, bro? You don't got shit on A-Rod.
You don't.
Yeah, like not many men walking this earth.
A-Rod retired before... he retired in his 40s. And he was the youngest player to have the most home runs out of all people in the entire world. He didn't get most home runs more. He didn't get more than Babe Ruth or anybody. Yeah. But at 30, at the age of in his 30s, his mid 30s, he already surpassed everybody in the world.
I like to tell people like the whole Babe Ruth thing, and you know, like I'm a Yankee fan, so it's like blasphemous to say.
Kind of have to be a Yankee
fan. But
like
the whole Babe Ruth thing is a little thing because people weren't pitching the way they were. Like athletes
people were like lobbing the ball.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to hit a home run back in the day. I think if you were pitching A-Rod the kind of pitches that Babe Ruth was getting,
I feel like I'm gonna say this. I feel like every person from DR hit better than Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
like the shittiest baseball player in DR hits better than Babe Ruth.
That's the thing.
That's no disrespect to Babe Ruth.
It wasn't being followed by Big Papi Ortiz.
Exactly, Big Papi Ortiz was like Babe Ruth.
Big Papi Ortiz would have smashed Babe Ruth's effort. Would have smashed Babe Ruth's wife.
Babe Ruth wouldn't care. Actually, he didn't give a shit.
I think he would have. I think Babe
that's my wife.
That's my wife, Buster. He looks like he called guys Buster.
I mean, this was the 40s we're talking about. Anyways, back to Drake losing J-Lo and the Grammys and Sanford not being there.
Yeah, to go back to the Grammys, Drake actually did not submit his album, his project More Life, to the Grammy award.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier before we hit the old record button.
Yeah.
On this here podcast. And people are starting to kind of get tired of the Grammys. How do you feel about that?
I mean, about time, honestly, because the Grammys slowly is becoming this entirely popular vote thing. Like I compared it to MTV Music Awards and VMAs. Like those things don't matter because those things are like getting perfect attendance awards. And now this is what this is becoming. It's becoming just this popular award. Like it's all about popularity, who plays more on the radio, and that's it. Bam, bam, boom.
Yeah.
The thing is, it wasn't always like that. Like I think it's changed after 2013, 2014, and it just became. I'm like, wait, why is these artists not winning? Like the whole thing about Mad City. I remember Mad City was nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year, and then he lost to fucking Macklemore. And I'm like, how?
I think you had it right the first time.
Macklemore.
His music is a Macklemore.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy any of that. I thought I was gay at 13. I don't give a shit.
Bro, that's your problem to deal with.
Exactly. The Good Kid Mad City's talking about how,
I feel like that's Mac Horny.
He thought he killed somebody.
I feel like he was saying that to try to like get empathy from gay people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you thought you were one of us? That must have been rough.
Yeah, exactly. Try being one of us forever.
Like for actual
life. Exactly. Trying to describe puberty. All of us were confused at a bit. Yeah. Come on. Anyways.
When I was 17, I went to a sex shop and I watched gay porn in a booth. And like to make sure I wasn't gay.
And then that's when you said, yeah.
Yeah. I was never afraid to be gay. You know, I feel like people had homophobia. I never had like a phobia of like maybe if I was gay, like maybe telling my parents would be rough, or like my grandparents maybe more than my parents.
True that.
But I was like, if I like dick, I like dick. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But it just turned out that like I watched porn and I was like, not appealing.
Yeah, I mean,
where the pussy at?
Well, we go back to the last podcast. Everyone thought I was gay first.
Yeah.
For a whole while. And I'm like,
and Josh is like, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, because I've encountered also my own gay porn by mistake. Yeah. You know, LimeWire was a thing.
It wasn't, for me, it wasn't by mistake. Like, people think it's weird, but I actively searched out gay porn. Like, I wanted to see it for myself. I was like, yeah, it could be.
Maybe.
And like, if I am, I am. Like, I just wanted to know right then and there. Like, enough lollygagging around this. Do I like dick?
And then you're like, no.
I really like pussy.
Yeah. You watched gay porn and you were like, where's the pussy?
Yeah. I felt like mad macho. And it wasn't even like uncomfortable macho.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a bunch of dicks here.
What is this, a sausage fest?
This is a bunch of sausages and balls here.
Yeah. Come on, let's get the fish in.
Where's the pussy?
I want more cats.
So the Grammys are over.
Yeah. Being gay.
And fuck, what was his name? The pastor, the song guy, the father. Father John Gracie.
Father John Misty.
Yes. Josh is really into him. I've heard a couple songs and I was into that one song you played, but I'm not. I haven't gotten into him.
Anyways,
so you talk about it.
Father John Misty won a Grammy. It's one of those non-televised Grammys. I think it was the best contemporary alternative album.
For those of you who don't know,
song I think.
The Grammys is more than the. It's not just 10 awards spanned out between 2 hours. The Grammys is like 50, 60 awards.
Yeah, it's a bunch of awards.
And then the ones that. Because this lends credence to Josh's point that the Grammys is just is the VMAs. It's for ads, it's for money, it's for the record labels. They only advertise the awards that the big names are gonna get. Yeah, you know, the Poppy Awards.
Yeah, but those awards are always gonna be televised because people are gonna watch it because they want to see their favorite artists win. But there's a bunch of other awards which you're not going to televise. Right. And those are like the really serious, the
people who actually worked on their craft.
Yeah, like they worked in their craft and sweat and tears and make no money. And they get an award for that. And Father John Misty is one of those people who, didn't show up to the Grammys, even though he was nominated for a Grammy. But he knew, he was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go on tour and continue on. And he won, I think it was Best Contemporary Alternative Song. Yeah. And he won it. And he kind of find it amusing, like he found it funny that he won a Grammy and it wasn't televised, even though he still received it. And someone told him during his show, and he was like, "This is funny." He was like, "You know what? Fuck society, honestly." And I feel like when he mentioned that, fuck society, meaning fuck the popularity of this entire thing, and then the show's over. All right, let's give out some awards still.
And
kind of shit is that?
And I agree. And I think the Grammys are on their way down. I think it's just it's about time. It's a matter of time before we stop caring about it. The last step, and you're starting to notice, like, I think Drake is boycotting the Grammys for the most part.
Yeah, he's been not going to the Grammys for a while.
Last year, he won Best Rap Song for Hotline Bling, which really upset him, because he's like, yo, like, y'all don't nominate me for the big art, for the big name things, because y'all only see me as a rap artist. And then the songs that I win for aren't even rap songs.
Exactly, Hotline Bling.
Yeah, like
the song that everyone made fun of.
Yeah.
The only reason why it was nominated and it won because it was that, and also everyone made a fucking meme out of it.
But his point is, like, that should have won, like, Song of the Year. That should have won, like, pop song.
Yeah.
Or something, but not rap song. Like, they try to box him into a category. Is what he's saying. Like, because he's a black artist, he feels like, oh, he's just a rapper. Like, that's all he can be. But he sees himself more as like an artist.
He's a musician.
And in the broader sense of the term.
Yeah.
So because of that, he's boycotting the Grammys. I haven't seen Kanye, but Kanye's kind of boycotting life.
I haven't seen Kanye in forever. He's probably he's disappearing, doing a bunch of projects. I know that he's making a new album for Kid Cudi. He's doing a new album for himself.
He was supposed to executive produce the Migos album, but he only did one song.
Yeah,
which I didn't hear, but
he got lost in the woods literally this time.
Migos is one of those artists that like I'm gonna listen to a song when it becomes popular. And I don't trash Migos, but I'm not sitting down listening to a whole Migos album.
Oh hell no!
So even if Kanye produced a whole Migos album, when a song hits the radio, I'll listen to that.
Yeah, and then that will determine whether I'm gonna listen to the entire album.
No, I've never. And I don't, like I said, I don't mind the Migos. Mm-hmm. Not the Migos. Like,
the Migos.
I don't mind the Migos, guys. I'm down. I'm hip to the Migos.
They're friends, right?
Yeah, I'm hip to the Amigos.
Migos.
Yeah, I don't mind their music at all. It's just like that's not what I sit down in my bed. And I'm like, this is what I want to reflect on life to.
I'm laying in bed and listening to Migos.
Yeah.
Like, what are you crying for?
My chick is bad and bougie. Whipping up dope with the Uzi.
Just a savage, ruthless.
Got 30s and 100 rounds too.
That's the end of our podcast.
Like we said, it's Super Bowl weekend. We just chilling. We just hanging out.
Yeah, literally.
Thought we'd give you guys an episode to get you through your Wednesday mornings at work.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it's about.
We want to talk to you motherfuckers real quick. That refused to. We touched on it a little earlier. Mm-hmm. That refused to rate, comment, and subscribe.
Please rate, comment, and subscribe.
Rate, comment, and subscribe. Like don't rate.
Don't just do one and then do the others. No.
I know if you're listening to this, you're probably subscribed, which is like you're doing the bare minimum at that point. Mm-hmm. Subscribers works it really well with YouTube.
Yeah.
Not so much with podcasts. You know what works really well with podcasts? Downloading the episode, reviewing the episode.
Yo, that's the thing about downloading episodes, that not everybody has that much memory on their phone, and I noticed that.
That sucks.
And it fucking sucks.
It sucks because playing the episode literally does nothing for our stats. I understand that some of you motherfuckers don't have the space on your phone to download the episode. I want to tell you guys, boo fucking who. Delete Facebook, delete Instagram, delete Snapchat. We are more important.
Just leave the podcast app on and then download our episodes. That's it.
Yeah. Download it on your computer.
Yeah, I try to make the files as small as possible without like reducing the quality of it. But the thing is, you're listening to something for an hour and a half.
Yeah. You need quality. I get it. Please review. Please, I know it's annoying because I understand it. I listen to a lot of podcasts. When they tell me to review, I say fuck you. I get it.
It's like, no, don't tell me what to do.
I have literally never reviewed one podcast ever. And this is me as a hypocrite coming to you saying, please.
That is really hypocritical of you, but you're right.
Yeah, listen, it's right. 2018 is about being self-aware.
Yo, when I download an app and I'm using for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, are you enjoying this app?"
I rate later.
No,
always rate later.
Yeah, rate later. Sometimes I'm like tired of it. And I'm like, no, I don't, because you're fucking asking too much.
So I get it. I get we're annoying. I get where you don't want to rate. But fuck it, just click the 5 stars. Put a name on it.
Mm-hmm. Any name. It doesn't even have to be your name, honestly.
Any name.
Just the rating system is just gonna get us a bit more noticeable.
DP Anal Queen 42. That's the name. And then the message that you leave could be, "Wow, guys, amazing podcast."
Wow, guys, so horny. That's it. You can literally be like GG, and then that's it. Good game.
Not so horny, please. Keep your
moderation.
Yeah.
And also remember, children are listening to this
podcast. Josh is married.
No, it's not. It's literally unexplicit.
Yeah, we had to make sure we made it explicit because they wouldn't let us put the episodes up.
Literally, that's exactly why. Anyways,
but please rate, comment, subscribe. We're gonna have more guests on the show soon. We noticed that you guys were very receptive to that episode. We thank you.
That was a very good episode.
It was a very fun episode to record.
And
we're shout out to Tron.
Tron Sagas,
the Don Goddess, smooth.
I love that, and we're never gonna be as cool as him, but that's awesome.
I'm gonna just start saying that as my name.
Really?
No,
you can't do that.
But this is the Bronx Project Podcast. I am your host Mirez,
and I'm your host Earl Grey,
and we'll talk to you guys next week.